All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking one of the most thrilling stadium moments you can possibly witness and putting it right under the microscope, the physics of the power kick. If you've ever watched a striker's shot and thought, wow, how does a human turn a simple leather sphere into an absolute high-speed missile? Well, you are definitely in the right place. Let's get right into the action.
So we've all seen those viral posts, the ones claiming, the science behind Ronaldo's powerful shots will blow your mind. And yeah, it's an awesome hook. But seriously, have you ever stopped to wonder how a football actually flies so incredibly fast? We watch these superstars on the pitch, and honestly, it almost looks like magic. But I promise you, it's not magic. It is pure, unadulterated physics. And once you understand the actual science happening in that split second of contact, I guarantee you will never watch a free kick the exact same way again.
Section 1. The Viral Power Kick. Freezing the Highlight Reel.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to picture a packed stadium. The tension is incredibly thick, right? A superstar is standing intensely over a free kick. We watch in dramatic slow motion as he begins his run-up. He plants his non-kicking foot, pulls his striking leg back like a tightly loaded spring, and what happens next follows a really strict scientific roadmap. Force applied, energy transfer, ball accelerates, and boom, goal. For anyone studying science, this is essentially Newton's laws of motion playing out perfectly on a bright green pitch. Every single step has to happen exactly right to result in that super satisfying ripple of the net.
Section 2. Generating the force, the moment of impact.
Let's freeze the action right at the point of foot-to-ball contact. At that exact millisecond, the muscles in the player's thigh, calf, and core are contracting explosively to whip that leg forward. So the crucial point is, force creates motion. Remember Newton's second law? Basically, acceleration depends directly on the force applied. That massive mechanical force travels like a powerful energy wave from the swinging leg straight into the stationary ball. The ball is just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, waiting for a force to act on it. The sheer power of the player's muscles dictates exactly how violent that resulting motion is going to be.
Section 3. The energy transfer. Moving power from muscle to ball.
So how does that bodily power actually get inside the football? Well, it's through a process called energy transfer. It's exactly what it sounds like. The force applied by the player's leg moves physical power directly into the ball. To make this super clear, let's just use a simple everyday analogy. Imagine you're playing a game of pool. You've got the white cue ball and the black 8 ball sitting totally still. You strike the cue ball hard, it rolls across the table and smash. When it hits the 8 ball, the white ball stops dead, but the 8 ball shoots forward. Why? Because the kinetic energy from the moving white ball transferred instantly into the stationary black ball. That is exactly what happens between a player's foot and a football. The leg is basically the cue ball, passing all its explosive energy directly into the ball.
Let's move to Section 4 and see how this builds. Weak versus powerful kicks, the cause and effect.
The physics principles are the exact same whether you're just tapping the ball around in the park with your friends or you're a global superstar taking a match-winning free kick. The difference lies entirely in the variables. A weak swing of the leg pushes very little force, and therefore a very small amount of energy into the ball. That naturally results in a slow ball. Simple, right? But a powerful kick unleashes maximum muscular exertion. It's a massive wave of energy. The ball literally has no choice but to absorb that energy and react with a much higher velocity.
Section 5. The speed equation. Quantifying the physics.
And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate golden rule of football physics. More force equals more energy equals more speed. It really is elegantly simple. If you apply a massive force with your leg, that translates to a massive amount of kinetic energy transferred into the ball. And since the ball's mass stays exactly the same, what does it do with all that extra energy? It converts it into pure, blazing speed. The more kinetic energy the ball receives, the faster it must travel. This is the exact scientific formula that allows those powerful free kicks to become completely unstoppable.
Let's actually look at these dynamic speed outcomes. At zero kinetic energy, the ball is, of course, totally stationary. A weak kick might register at about 20 kilometers per hour, just a gentle pass. But when maximum energy is transferred into the ball by a professional, the speed spikes wildly, rocketing way past the 100 kilometers per hour mark. The gap between a standard kick and a professional power kick is absolutely staggering when you compare the data.
Now, what's really interesting about this is thinking about how fast 100 kilometers per hour truly is. Guys, that is highway speed. Just imagine a car driving past you on the motorway. And now imagine a football flying at you with that exact same explosive velocity heading straight into the top corner of the net. That is what goalkeepers are trying to stop. It requires a phenomenal amount of human-generated force to accelerate a stationary object to highway speeds in literally a fraction of a second.
So, we've broken down the stadium-shaking physics, the explosive force, the energy transfer, and the incredible resulting speed. Which leaves me with a question for you. Next time you step onto the pitch, or honestly, even just kick a ball in your backyard, ask yourself, how much force will you generate? Remember, you aren't just kicking a ball, you're initiating a kinetic energy transfer. You are doing physics in real time. Try to visualize that wave of energy moving from your legs straight into the ball and see just how fast you can make it fly. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and I'll catch you next time on This Explainer.